So tell me about freshwater pearls. I hear that there's an amazing backstory to them.
Yeah. So when pearls started to be cultured with Mr. Mikimoto for seawater, there was another Japanese gentleman called Masayo Fuziya who wanted to create pearls for everybody. And so basically he started trying to culture in the freshwater pearl mussel the pearls. So he put in the bead and he put in the epithelial cell and they all died except where the person had forgotten to put the bead in. So that's why we found out that freshwater pearls are originally started to be cultured in free form. So for example, this is a freshwater pearl. These are freshwater pearls. So totally free from, there's no bead in there. Again. No bead, exactly.
And so he managed to make pearls accessible and cheaper for everyone.
Correct.
To buy through a freshwater.
Exactly.
Exactly. So can you explain how a freshwater pearl is formed?
Yeah. So a freshwater pearl is formed, again, the oysters, the mussels that produce freshwater pearls have got two sides. And so what they do is they put epithelial cell in, and then if you want a fish or this kind of shape, you'll try and put piece of epithelial cell in this kind of shape, but the mussel might just look like no way and just not do it. You can also have crosses, and again, this is unusual because you put two pieces of epithelial cell and just hope that the mussel is relaxed enough to be able to do it. Otherwise, everything will be moved and you'll get something like that or something like a different shape. So the pearl substance will grow onto the epithelial cell, and that is your freshwater pearl. So, and they usually have like a little hole in the middle, which is where the organic stuff is actually decomposed.
So explaining all this, I know that freshwater pearls are less expensive than South Sea Tahitian pearls. Why is that? Because the process still sounds very complicated.
It is, and the reason why they're more accessible is because you have two sides to the shell. Each side can produce its pearl, and as you can see here, there's lots of little pearls being formed. So you can get anything between 6 to 120 pearls per mussel, as opposed to one in an oyster.
So one Tahitian pearl, one South Sea pearl, potentially, whereas in a freshwater you get way more, and that's why it's less expensive.
Because they do 3 generations also. Yeah.
And what colours do freshwater pearls come in?
So you can see every colour possible to mankind. So you've got white pearls, you've got peach pearls, which are here, I think. They're the little round ones. There you go. So these are peach pearls. So naturally forming pearls are peach, white, pink to plum pink. And then you get
copper.
I know. Well, the copper ones, they are dyed. So they're boiled in a dye for a week.
Wow.
I know. It takes quite a lot of time. And they're boiled to my specification. And they look like Chinese lacquer to me. So you also get these beautiful pink pearls.
And that's all natural, the pink.
It's all natural. So everything you just see from here, apart from the copper, that's all a natural color. Whereas in fact, the gray ones are treated. So they start off life as a peach pearl, and then they'll put them into a bath of silver nitrate, and over 3 weeks they will slowly turn into gray right the way through.
Wow.
And then in order to make peacock black, you start off with your deep plum pearl, and then over 3 weeks they will turn into black, peacock black. And the big sort of marker of a freshwater pearl that has been treated is kind of like this petrol sheen. You've got like this huge rainbow of colors that comes off it. As you can see, these are all, it's like dove gray and peacock black. You see this massive sheen.
And even though these pearls are being dyed, are they still good value? Are they still precious? I suppose sometimes I relate being dyed as lowering the value.
Yeah, okay. So they are, because of the process that's had to go through them. And again, you can find dyed pearls in lime green and shocking pink. I don't ever use them because I don't think they're particularly beautiful. But in America, this treatment is also called a dye, but in Europe and in England, it's called a treatment. And I think you will agree with me that this beautiful petrol sheen renders them very beautiful. And the only reason why I have these dyed pearls is because to me they look like Chinese lacquer. It's a very specific, yeah, it's not just kind of cheap. And also because in order to get a nice pearl out, you have to put a nice pearl in. So you can't just put the rubbish and dye it, which is what people might do. You have to have a good pearl. Otherwise it's going to be, why waste your energy and your resources?
And with freshwater pearls, how would you style them? What colours would you put with me, with you, what shapes, etc., to really make me pop, which is what you're known for?
Okay, so for example, for you, I would love to wear, you could wear all through the colours, but for example, for the white side, I would go for a warm white for you, rather than a cool white for me. Within the pinks, I would go for a good peach for you, wherever that is. He keeps on disappearing. But I would do for a peach for you, and I would do like a plum pink for me, because it's warmer. Here you go. This is a beautiful peach. Look at this color on you. Fantastic, no? And then you've got the grey. I'd always think a grey with sort of green, cool overtones for you, and a grey with much stronger overtones for me. And then in black, well, black, you can just, to be honest, black is an all-rounder. It's a little bit like white. It's your building block.
Fascinating. Thanks, Mar.
You're welcome.